Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind. I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening, Mohit. Good evening, Jai Hind. Okay, so I hope everyone is doing well and I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Good evening. Good evening, Jai Hind. Okay, so I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Good evening, Umesh. Good evening, Mohit. Good evening, Israr, Swaraj. Good evening, Jai Hind. Good evening, Pooja. Okay, so in the last session, we have seen a very important topic that was about this one editorial with respect to Indus Water Treaty. Okay. With respect to this Indus Water Treaty. And then we have seen some other topics also. Now, in today's session, the topics which we are going to discuss, the first topic which we have here is the orange economy. Last day, there was a very important session of waves. Okay. So what is that waves and what is the session? What is the orange economy? So we will try to understand that. Second thing which we are going to discuss is US-Ukraine deal. Okay. Now, finally, US and Ukraine has got a deal with respect to rare earth elements. So that is also something which we are going to discuss in today's session. That we have seen this Ukraine and Russia war, which has been going on for almost 3 years now. And what we see that after all this, now US has got a preferential trade agreement with Ukraine. So they are getting this preferential share over the rare earth elements of Ukraine. So that what is the deal all about and everything, we will try to understand that. The third thing which we are going to look into is this one very important issue of private member bill. And then we will talk about this Starlink project also. Last day, I think 2 days ago, we have discussed this that on Friday, we are going to discuss about this Starlink issue also. And then we will talk about this US-India deal also. Like there is a deal about the maritime surveillance units. So what is the deal all about? What is the main contention there? What we are going to acquire from that? So these are the things which we are going to discuss in today's session. Okay. Now there are certain topics which I am not discussing right now. For example, you may have seen that on front page today, there was this one news article that US has given support to India for its fight against terrorism or fight against Pakistan. So that is one thing which is like it is a developing thing. So once there are clear things about this, once there is some clear and cut action agenda or anything like that, then after we will discuss that topic again. The main parts of it, like what has happened in Pahalgam, then we have seen this part that what has been the actions by India in this regard. We have seen some issues of the past also, that how many times there have been such incidences in Jammu and Kashmir and other regions. So these things we have discussed in the past. Now, if there is a solid or concrete such discussion or policy, then we will discuss that topic again. Yes, there was this one question. I hope you are getting the sound properly. Sound is not there. I think the sound should have been there. Increase sound. Okay, the team will look into this. Just wait for a minute. I'm not audible. Just a few minutes. I hope okay, just wait for a few minutes. I think now it is properly audible. I guess now it is properly audible to all of you. Okay, so thank you for confirming this. Okay, so here we were talking about this topic. So if you look at this, this is part of your like GS paper 2, and this is the more important article, GS paper 2. Here again we have this private member bill. Okay, this is part of GS paper 3, orange economy. Okay, and this is part of like again GS paper 3, Starlink project and everything. So these are the topics which we are going to discuss in today's session. Now, before we discuss that, I think there was one question. I think last day there was this one question from Mohit that during mains answer writing, you are getting stuck after writing a few points, struggling to recall and repeatedly changing the points and everything. See, first of all, let us try to understand, like when suppose you are writing the mains answer. If you are writing the mains answer, one of the main challenge, like if we look at this, one of the main challenges, sometimes you have got this skill and there you are lacking this content. You are lacking this content. Like right now, suppose if I give you a random question that there is a very common topic, that is MSP. Now, if I give you a random question here that how MSP is going to help the farmers in India, even if I give you this much simple topic, then the challenge is when you start writing over it, after writing 1 or 2 points, you will get stuck. Okay. So it's not that you don't have the ideas, you don't know those things. Sometimes you have the content, but then you are getting stuck, you are not able to recall. Okay. So what we see that there is two conditions here. Sometimes there is, if you have no knowledge, so that is one part. No knowledge about topic, that is one part. Second part is you know but not able to recall. There are two things which we see here. Sometimes you know that there is one part that you have no knowledge about the topic, that's fine. You can read about the topic and then you can write about it. The second category is here where you know about the topic but not able to recall. So this is one of the challenge I see with many of the people, that sometimes there are common topics, you have read about it, you have like everything about it, but even after that you are getting stuck while writing the answer. So now the question is, what is the solution for this? Like how you will be able to solve this problem? The solution is more and more practice. And how you can do that practice? Like suppose that just I am giving you this one task. Okay. Like in the last 1 week, we have discussed many of the editorials. We have discussed many points. Like last day itself, just to give an example, in this water treaty. So we have discussed this article. Now suppose there is a question like this, that discuss the implications of suspending in this water treaty for India and Pakistan. Now let's say that there is a question, discuss the implications of suspending Indus Water Treaty for India and Pakistan. So now you have read it last day itself. So it will be fresh in your mind. So some of you may be able to write all the points. Some of you may be able to write a few points. So how you can improve it? Now what you have to do, make a monthly target or weekly target. Make a weekly target. Not more, just 10 or 15 topics. Let's say 3 topics per day. Make a target of 3 topics per day. It can be from static, current, and your optional. It can be from static, current, and optional. Now what you have to do, like suppose today you are reading this. You have to make a target of 3 topics per day and for 5 days only. This has to be done for 5 days only, and 15 topics per week. So do one thing, like suppose today you are reading about this Indus Water Treaty. Today is, let's say, 2nd of May. Today is 2nd of May. So today you are reading this Indus Water Treaty. You have revised it. Now next day, just give, like, say, let's say today you are giving 30 minutes to revise this Indus Water Treaty. Next day, try to give that hardly 5 or 10 minutes. And then on the third day, try to write it, the main points, not the entire thing. Try to write the main points there. And if you have done this for this one single topic 2 or 3 times, then after you will find that you will have no such difficulty in recalling the things. And once you start this practice of writing the things, thinking about the topics, then you will find that you are able to recall most of the topics, you are able to recall most of the ideas which you have already read, which you have already revised. So this, do this one simple thing. First, read the topic. Second day, revise the topic. And third day, recall the topic. Okay. This you have to do first day, second, third. Okay. So do this for any of the topic. First day, read the topic. Second day, revise the topic. Third day, recall the topic. And you can repeat it also. Like after 3 or 4 days or after 5 days, you can recall back the topic again. Like suppose you are starting from here, that on Monday you have read the topic. On Tuesday you have revised this topic. On Wednesday you have written this. Okay. Now suppose that you have done 3 topics here. On Tuesday, what you have to do? Revision plus 3 topics. On Wednesday, again, recall plus 3 topics. And then again, in similar manner, on Thursday, you can again read some topic. You can write the one which you have done here. These topics you have to write on next day, 4th day. This topic you have to write on 5th day. So if you keep on doing this, then even if you are taking 2 or 3 topics per day in a week, if you have completed 15 topics, on Saturday, Sunday you are simply doing revision of it, then also in 1 week you will prepare 10 to 15 topics every week. And 10 to 15 topics per week means in 1 month you have done 60 topics. 60 topics into 6 months, 360 topics. Even if you do 300 topics, your mains portion is done. So this is a continuous process which will have to do. It will not happen in 1 day, but this is the path, this is the way you can complete your revision of the mains topic. I hope that is clear, that how you can do this. Make a plan like this, that you have to complete like 10 topics or 15 topics. Even if you start with 10 topics per week, then also it is sufficient. But the thing is, you will have to start somewhere. So this is one thing which you have to do. I guess that is clear now, Mohit. So how many of you are going to start this? Good evening. How many of you are going to start this practice? Okay, I will ask this next week also, like how many of you have started this? A few days ago, I have told you that how you can make the notes also. For those who are preparing for 2026 or 27, I have told you this part also, that how you can prepare the notes effectively for your mains and prelims, especially from the current affairs. So if you have started making the notes, then it's all good. See, at the end of the day, it is all about your effort. It is all about your effort. If you give the effort, you will get the success in exam. Otherwise, you know that this is one of the toughest exam. And here you will not be passing through the sessions or lectures or class notes. Here you will pass only when you have taken that effort from your side. It demands that effort from your side, not from the side of lectures, not from the side of notes or books. It is your effort which will bring the result. Okay. Now, coming to today's topic, there is one more information which I would like to share with you. Some of you may be preparing for BPSC exam also. So, we have got this BPSC prelims test series which is going to be bilingual. Okay. And it will have 31 tests which will be sectional also, full length also. There will be current affairs as well as NCERT based test, and at the same time it is available in online as well as offline mode. So it is going to start from 11th of May. Okay. In Patna it is available offline also. In online mode also this test series is available. So you can get it on the website of KGS. Okay. Now, let's practice some questions. Let's practice some questions on the basis of topics which we have done last day. This is the first thing. How many of the following are included in Article 21? Right to privacy, right to health, right to information, right to sleep. Select the correct answer using the code given below. How many of them are included in this Article 21? C option from Sivanand Rana. Okay. Yes, C option. You are excluding which option? Which option is not correct? Right to privacy, right to health, right to information, right to sleep. Right to info. Yes. So there is one thing which you have to know. Like, generally it is correct that you see that part, that right to information comes under Article 19 subclause A. But at the same time, Supreme Court has said that it is part of Article 21 also. So it is coming under both article, Article 19 1A also, Article 21 also. So it has been said that RTI is part of both Article 19 subclause 1 also, Article 21 also. If you want to check, you can just go through your Lakshmikant book also. Plus you can go through the Supreme Court judgments also. You will find that right to information is part of Article 19 subclause 1 also, and even part of right to life as well. Okay. So here the answer is option number D, that is all four. Now, which of the following is correct with respect to Indus Water Treaty? India receives no water from the upper three rivers of Indus River system. India is not allowed to construct any hydropower projects on the upper three rivers. India is allowed to use waters of upper three rivers for irrigation and hydropower. Any dispute with respect to Indus Water Treaty is to be resolved by World Bank. So which of the following is correct with respect to Indus Water Treaty? RTI is there, of course, under Article 20, under Article 19, subclause 1, but it is also part of Article 21. So here we have the second question. That which of the following is correct with respect to Indus Water Treaty? First is saying Indus receives no water from the upper three rivers of Indus river system. Second is saying India is not allowed to construct any hydropower projects on upper three rivers. The third is saying India is allowed to use waters of upper three rivers of irrigation and hydropower. So I think most of you have gone for option number C. So that is correct also. Basically, India is allowed to use waters of upper three rivers for irrigation and hydropower. So last day also we have seen this part. No. Remember this part. World Bank will not be doing this. It will be done either by a neutral expert or it is going to be done by the Court of Arbitration. So World Bank has no stake here. Okay. Then this second option is also correct. First is also correct. So here the answer is option number C. Option number C is the correct answer. Third is saying the fair and remunerative price of sugarcane are determined by Ministry of Agriculture, Food Corporation of India, Commission on Agricultural Cost and Prices, none of the above. The fair and remunerative prices of sugarcane are determined by first Ministry of Agriculture, Food Corporation of India, third is Commission on Agricultural Cost and Prices, and D is none of the above. So question number 3. Okay, so those people who will watch this session later, first mention the answer and then see the next explanation. Okay, answer C is not correct, B is not correct, A is not correct. The answer here will be D, none of the above. They are giving the recommendation. Here the question is asking determined by. This is determined by Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. It is determined by Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. They will only give the recommendation. It is to be determined by Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. So sometimes you see the one which is more likely to be answer and then you do the mistake. UPSC is giving these type of questions. That they will give you 3 options and one of them seem to be very much correct. D option can be there like none of the above, and there D option can be the right answer. So here the answer is Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. They are determining the fair and remunerative prices. Okay. Now coming to today's topic. So the topic is all about orange economy. So what is this orange economy all about? Okay. Recently, what we see that there was this one conference. Which is basically World Audio Visual Entertainment Summit. There was this one conference, World Audio Visual Entertainment Summit. And this was attended by many of the known personalities of India. Including of course the star of all times, Rajnikant. Okay. So what we see that there was this Waves Summit, okay, World Audio Visual Entertainment Summit, and this is all about the orange economy. This was about promotion of orange economy. So there was a lot of discussion that maybe this time there is going to be postponement of this inaugural, means this is the first such summit. This is the first summit of waves, and there was this conversation going on that maybe there can be cancellation of this summit. So when we are talking about the orange economy, what actually it is? It is the creative economy. Okay, it is the creative economy or economy rooted in creativity. It is the economy rooted in creativity. It is the economy rooted in creativity. And this is one of the major industries in India right now. It is one of the major industries in India right now. It will encompass all these things. Like suppose you have music, you have film, you have theater, you have painting. These all things are part of the orange economy. Even the video games which are there, the video games, the fashion industry, the software, they are also part of it. In fact, the software, video games, fashion, they are all part of the orange economy. So anything which is creative, that is basically our orange economy. So can you tell me, like, if we forget the major stars, like of course they have this huge fame, they have got this huge money also, fame also, huge fan following also, everything. So they are of course like they are living the best of the life in India. That is one different thing. But even if we talk about the normal people, so what is the opportunity or why this orange economy is significant for us? What is the significance of this? Can you recall some of the ideas? What is the significance of this economy? Why this economy is significant for a country like India? Why this economy is significant? What can be the possible aspects of it? Why this is like significant for Indian economy? That is my question. Why this is significant? Any idea about this? See, you have to start connecting the topics. Like suppose that when we are talking about this, it gives the opportunity for individual talent. It is giving this opportunity for individual talent. Opportunity for individual talent. It is providing the opportunity for innovation. Opportunity for innovation. It is also providing the opportunity for employment. Employment. If we look at this industry, it is providing us all those opportunities. It can give this option for the individual talent. You may have seen that, like just to give an example, you may have seen that many of the singers who are there, they become overnight famous. Many of those creative poets or comedians, they become very much famous overnight. Some of them are taking some time to flourish, to prosper, but this provides an opportunity. For them, this orange economy, that a person with a simple mic, a simple camera or simple canvas can bring out his talent, and if he is really talented, many of them are going to get the success. So this is opening up new avenues of employment. At the same time, it is also this option to combine economy with cultural values. You may have seen this, that we have got many of these artists, they are reciting now, like you may have seen that some of the artists who are there, some of the poets who are there, they are reciting the shlokas of Mahabharat, or shlokas of this Gita also, or sometimes they are reciting the various things which are there in Ramayana also, and from there they are of course generating income for them, plus at the same time they are also showcasing the cultural values of our society. They are showing the cultural heritage of our society. There are many such singers. I think you may have seen many of them who have recently become quite famous. So this is one such orange economy which is providing this creativity for them. Okay. It is also, if we look at this, this economy is also showcasing India's diversity. India's diversity. It is showing the diversity of India to the globe. It is also like you may have seen that for a long period of time, we were the consumers of the Western cinemas or Western movies. But now we are seeing that many of the Indian web series, many of the Indian shows, they are also becoming international. You can see that now many of the stars from India, they are also getting some international works. They're also getting this works on international forum. So we are also seeing that we are bringing culture of India, culture as well as talent of India on global stage. On global stage. So this is one part, that on one hand they are earning money also, on the other hand they are also promoting the Indian culture and all other things at the global scale also. So this is one part, like how this orange economy is significant for our entire country. But can you tell me what can be some of the challenges for Indian orange economy? Can you tell me what are certain challenges for the economy, challenges for orange economy? Can you tell me some of the challenges for the orange economy? Now you know this, that what is orange economy. So can you tell me what are the challenges for this sector? Now you have to tell me what challenge comes to your mind, that if we are talking about this orange economy, what is the challenge they are facing? Okay, yes, of course, stars advertising, pan masala and all that. Yes, promotion of certain immoral things. Okay, fine. We can write this one part, promotion of immoral things. Promotion of immoral things. Fine. What else? What else can be there? This is one of the challenge that many a times there are not just about the pan masala and everything. You may have seen that in recent times there has been many controversies with respect to various shows. Some of the shows which were there in studios, some of the shows which were there on YouTube also. So there have been many controversies in the past. Okay. It becomes a source of rift in the society, or sometimes a challenge to social harmony. Sometimes it is becoming a challenge to social harmony. Many of these shows or many of these things are becoming a challenge for the social harmony. Okay, that is also a challenge. What else can be there? What other challenges are there? If we talk about them, like the challenge for the creators, if we talk about the creators, what is the challenge for them? For them, one of the challenges, copyright violation. IPR infringement. Like suppose that many of them are developing software, many of them are doing some innovation, many of them are like making some songs, poetries and other things. So there is IPR infringement, there is copyright violation. So that is one challenge which they face. The third challenge which they are also facing is, like if we talk about the present world, there is one more challenge, that is freedom of expression. Many a times we have seen that some of the state governments and sometimes union government has put many artists behind bar. Of course, they have been given justice by Supreme Court or High Court from time to time. But yes, they have to first go to the jail and then they have to get the justice. So that is also one of the challenge. Then we see that there is a huge discussion about this sector, that there is a thing called as, in many of the industries, there is one major thing, and I think you know about all about this, that many a times there is this one challenge in the creative industry, that they are not giving that much opportunity to the real talent. Many a times it is nepotism which takes over the real talent. Right now you can see there are so many talented artists right now, so many talented artists right now. Even if you see the work they were doing in 2000 or 2005, 2010, there also you'll find that they were doing exceptional work. They were doing exceptional work. But what we see that for a very long period of time, they were out of this fame, they were out of this entire fame and prosperity and recognition of their talent. So many of them have been out of that industry, or they have not been given the appropriate recognition. Why? Because of existing nepotism, existing favor to some of the stars. Okay. So this is one thing which we see as a challenge for this economy also. Then now we see that there is also this one thing, globalization. So now we see that the audience have become global. The audience, more and more audience, they are becoming global. So one of the challenge which our orange economy is facing right now is the competition from global creators. We have got also this one part, competition from global creators. Competition from global creators. Like just to give an example, just before this session also, I was watching one of the comedies videos, and that was of Trevor Noah. Okay. So he's a very famous comedian. So this is one more thing, that the audiences have become global. So sometimes they are not just preferring the Indian comedians. If they are getting good content globally also, they start consuming that as well. So audiences are also consuming the global content. So this is also a tough competition for the orange economy in India. So that is our first topic, what is orange economy and what are the benefits of this, plus what are the challenges to it. So I hope that is clear. Now, coming to the second topic. So this is about this one simple topic. US has got all the benefit. Okay. We have discussed this in past also. Again, we have got the same article now. That this US and Ukraine, they have got this critical mineral deal. Okay. So what we see that now US has got this deal with Ukraine. Ukraine is there in war with Russia. Ukraine has lost territory. Now US has got this benefit that they are going to have an exclusive right, or you can say that they are going to have a preferential right over the rare earth elements which are occurring in Ukraine. So now what we see that if we look at Ukraine, just to give you this one part, if we look at Ukraine, they have got rare earth elements which are basically 17 metals which are used for making magnets for electric vehicle, cell phone, missile system, TV, wind turbines, EV batteries, nuclear powers. So whether we are talking about this any such electronic sector or space sector or defense sector, nuclear energy, in all of them, in all of these things, we find that rare earth elements are quite essential. They are very much essential. And what we see that US has got now this one thing from Ukraine, okay, that they are going to have this entire thing from Ukraine. Like Ukraine is having 22 of the 34 critical minerals which are essential to European Union. Ukraine is having ferroalloys, precious and non-ferrous metals, rare earth elements. Okay. So these all things are there. Ukraine is having 24% of graphite. This graphite is crucial for the electronic vehicle batteries, nuclear reactors. Ukraine is also having huge amount of lithium. They have also got titanium, beryllium, graphite and all other substances. So now this US has got a deal with Ukraine that they are going to take most of the resources of Ukraine in a preferential manner. Okay. So this is one thing which US has got. Okay. The preferential access to Ukrainian critical minerals means first Ukraine will sell it to US, and if US doesn't require it, then they will sell it to others. So what is the deal all about? Preferential access. Access to critical minerals of Ukraine. So this is one thing which US has got from the war. Just if you all have read world history, you may have seen this part that when World War I was going on, at that time also we have seen that US was not a party to the World War. US was not involved in the World War, but US was the one country which was selling weapons to both the side. It was selling the weapons to the British allies also. It was selling it to German also. So what we see that while Britain, German and all other forces were fighting with each other, the winner was United States. So here Ukraine and Russia is fighting with each other. The winner is again United States. They have got this preferential access to Ukraine rare earth elements. Okay. So in any case, if there is a war in the world, there is one winner, and that winner is United States. So while other countries are losing the war, even if they are symbolically winning it, then also they are losing it in real terms. The real winner is always United States. Okay. So I hope that part is also clear, that what happens in case of US and others. Okay. Now coming to this one question. With reference to rare earth element, consider the following statement. Rare earth elements are critical for manufacturing of electric vehicles, wind turbine and missile guidance system. US is the largest global producer and consumer of rare earth elements. These elements are called rare because they are found only in a few select countries and extremely scarce quantities. So which of the statements are correct? Which of the statements are correct here about rare earth elements? C option. I think most of people have gone for C option. Rahul is saying A option. Poonam is also saying option number A. Okay. Now if you look at this, the first one is of course correct. We have seen that. Second one is incorrect. Basically it is China. China is the largest producer of these rare earth elements. In fact, it is also the consumer as well. Okay. Then what we see that the third thing, these elements are called rare because they are found only in a few select countries. That is wrong. Rare earth elements are called as rare because their extraction is not commercially beneficial, or the technology required for it is not that much good. So they are not rare. They are in fact found almost all over the world, but they occur in impurities. They are not occurring in a form of a mine. What we see that when we talk about rare earth elements, mostly occur as impurities. It is not rare. Third thing is, what we see here, that when we are talking about rare earth elements, the technology for extraction not sufficient. And not feasible. Not feasible means it is not commercially beneficial. So it's not that they are rare. They are found all over the world, but what we see that, like suppose if you are looking at the coal, coal is found in a mine. You can go from there, you can extract the coal. But rare earth elements are not found in such a manner. They are not found like just a coal deposit or crude oil or iron or other things. They are occurring in form of impurities. And when we are refining them, then it becomes not that much commercially beneficial because our technology is not so much upgraded for it. Even India is having 6.9 million ton reserves of this rare earth elements. China is having, of course, the largest reserves. Ukraine is also having it. Argentina is having it. Brazil is having it. US is having it. Vietnam is having it. So many countries of the world, they have significant amount of rare earth elements. But their extraction is tough. Only China has been able to do a sustainable and profitable extraction of rare earth elements. So that is the benefit for China. They have controlled this entire market. Yes. So this is one part. Now, coming to the next article, this is one topic, private member bill. So can you tell me what is private member bill? What is this private member bill? This is part of your GS paper 2 polity section. Okay. This is part of GS paper 2 polity. In polity, in parliament section, you will find that there is a topic called as private member bill. There is one thing called as private member bill. Now what we see that when we are talking about this private member bill, it is introduced by someone who is not a minister. Okay. So introduced by a MP, introduced by a MP who is not a minister. When a minister is introducing a bill, we see that it becomes a government bill. If a minister is coming with a bill, it is called as a government bill. But when it is introduced by any member of the parliament, what we see that it is called as a private member bill. So it can be from ruling party also, it can be from opposition party also. So do not get confused here that private member bill are introduced by opposition party. No. Private member bills are those bills which are introduced by the MPs. They are introducing it. Okay. So this is one thing which we see in case of private member bill. So now what we see that when we are talking about this private member bill, let us see one trend. We have certain data here. What we can see that we have got this data from 17th Lok Sabha. Okay. First thing is, since independence, only 14 private member bills, they have become law. Okay. So in the last almost 80 years now, it is 78 years, so it's almost 80 years now. So in the last 78 years, we have got only 14 private member bills which have become law. Now in 17th Lok Sabha, which was from 2019 to 2024, what we see that 729 private member bill, they were introduced in the Lok Sabha. Out of this, 705 was there in Rajya Sabha, but only 14 discussed in Rajya Sabha, and none of them has been passed in Lok Sabha. So 729 private member bill, it was introduced in Lok Sabha, 705 in Rajya Sabha. There was discussion only over 14 in Rajya Sabha, and none of them has been passed actually. So we see that there is no such passing of a private member bill. That is one part. If you look at the recent Lok Sabha, we see that 64 private member bill, it has been introduced. Until date, none of them has been discussed. There has been no such discussion on the private member bill. There is no such discussion. Okay. Only one private member bill, it was taken during budget 24 session, and then it was cut short due to the disruption. So what we see that the private member bills, they are not making the cut. They are not being passed by the parliament. Now the question is why? Why there is no such thing? Now tell me one part. If we are talking about MP, if we are talking about the MPs, the member of parliament, what is their role? What is the role of MPs? They are called as legislators. They are simply called as legislators. They are called as legislators, means those who make law. Those who are making the law. If we are talking about the MPs, they are called as legislators, means those who are making the laws. But see this one part, how many law they have made here? If it is a government bill, then what is the duty of MPs there? If only government bill is getting passed, then what is the role of MPs over here? So that is one of the single thing which you can see from here. MPs are called as legislators. They are called the one who are responsible for making up of laws. They are responsible for making up of laws. But what we see that, in fact, there is no such involvement of them. Okay. Why? Frequent disruption in the parliament, preemptive adjournments, and increased privatization of government business. Okay. So most of the time of parliament, that is just for discussing what is there by the government. Whatever government is doing, whatever businesses of government, that is being discussed in the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Or if there is no government discussion, then there is disruption, then there is adjournment. So what we see that for the private members, actually there is no such scope there. There is no such discussion which is taking place on their bills. It's not that they are not introducing it. In the last Lok Sabha, more than 1400 bills were introduced. 1400 bills, and not a single of them has been passed. So from here you can understand. Now, what reforms are needed here? If we talk about the reforms, like how we can change this scenario, the first thing is we have to consider them as sacrosanct. Okay. If we just keep on ignoring them, that okay, this is just a side work, this is just not that important, so then they are not going to get that credit. First, we need to treat them as sacrosanct. We have to ensure time and consistency for discussing these private member bills. There must be a formation of committee, a permanent committee to screen and prioritize significant private member bills. There are many significant private member bills sometimes for the transgender people, sometimes for other vulnerable section, but they are not becoming the law. Then what we see that there can also be discussion of important private member bill anytime. Right now the thing is, they can be discussed only on Fridays. Right now they are being discussed only on Fridays. So why only on Friday? Why not on other days? So this is one part, we can allow them more time. If it is significant, if it has been screened by the committee, then they can be discussed at any point of time like any other government bill. Then the next part is extended working hours. Okay. We can have extended working hours, and the first thing is, you know that our average number of days in parliament is around 60 now. In the entire 365 days, the parliament is meeting for on an average 60 to 70 days. So for 300 days, why we are not having the sessions of parliament? We choose the MPs to make laws, to make the government accountable. We don't choose MPs to distribute hand pumps or blankets to the people. It is not the duty of the MPs to distribute the hand pumps or blankets or any other thing to the people. It is the duty of administration to do so. We have got huge number of bureaucratic officials for that. They can carry out this work. MPs should be there in parliament. Okay. So this is one part. And next is adopt international practices. Okay. Like we have this 10-minute rule of the UK parliament, which allows the MP to speak briefly on proposed bills. So we have to take some international considerations also, like how it is going on in the world. Okay. So I hope that is clear. Okay. So see, today I think we won't be able to discuss the Starling topic, but let me take it on Monday. Okay, because today it is already 6. So we will discuss this one topic on Monday, because we have to discuss that in detail. Okay. So let's see some questions for today, and then we will see this topic on Monday. So give me this one. Look at this one question. With reference to the Parliament of India, consider the following statement. A private member's bill is a bill presented by a member of parliament who is not elected but only nominated by President of India. Recently, a private member bill has been passed in the Parliament of India for the first time in its history. This is a question from 2017. It is a question from UPSC. So, with reference to Parliament of India, consider the following statement. Okay, so I think you know the answer for this. That will be D option, neither one nor two. Okay. So we will discuss this Starling topic in the next day, and then we will see some questions also with respect to that. Okay. Now, there is one more information for you. Some of you may be preparing for UPPCS exam. So we have got this mains enrichment material for the UPPCS program. This is free of cost to everyone. You can get it like those who are already in the batches and everything, it has been uploaded there. Those who are not in the batches, you can get it from the Telegram channel also. So any one of you who is preparing for UPPCS mains exam, UPPCS, Uttar Pradesh Public Service Commission, if you are preparing for that paper, so we have this mains enrichment material for part 1. There will be other materials which will also be shared. So it is all about this UPPCS exam. Okay, so there you will find that every else thing is there, like what you should be doing in paper 1, paper 2, what you should be doing and what you should not be doing, how you can improve your answer writing and everything. So this is all something which has been explained here. Plus at the same time, you will get this one part also, that if there is a keyword, what is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of the keywords and everything? That has also been explained here. Okay. So these things are all explained here. Plus all the information is present here in this batch. Okay, like for example, Sushashan, good administration, what are the parts and everything of it, it has also been explained in this article. So you can take it from the Telegram channel of KGS IAS. From there you can get this, or you can like download this material. So it is available for everyone free of course. It is a part of mains enrichment program of UPPCS paper 1. Okay. Okay. So yes, what was your question, Anjali? Can you repeat your question once again, Anjali? Can you repeat your question? Okay, Anjali, we will talk about this. Like we are going to have some answer writing sessions very soon. So there we will talk about this, that how we can improve the answer writing. Okay. And if you have any specific doubt on any topic, just mention it in the comment box once. I will check it and then I will let you know. Okay. Okay. So then we will meet in the next session and then we will discuss this part. Thank you so much everyone. Take care.